Unit 5, Food and Health. Hello everyone, hello students, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you can call me Teacher Erin. So, how are you guys doing? Are you guys in a good condition? Good shape? I hope so. I wish all of you had an amazing day today, so we can have a fun learning together. But sad to tell you that this video was the last interactive lesson video from me, because it's already have been 14 weeks and I completed my 14 videos for my final year project. But it's okay students, if I've got another free time soon, I will come back and do an interactive lesson video for you guys again. So today, we will learn and have fun together first, okay? So, alright, so for today's video, it meant for year 5 students like always, which I'm going to teach you a same topic today, which is topic or unit 5, Food and Health. Food and Health. We are still in this topic because our lesson is still not finished yet, not done yet, so that's why. So can I ask you students, are you still remember what we learned in my past video? Don't you dare to forget, yeah? We learned about likes and dislikes, right? In my last video, right? So can I ask you, what are your favorite food? Your most favorite food? Is it cake, ice cream, burger, sweets, banana, coffee, chilies, fries, chicken, pancakes, or even crepes? Okay, alright. Teacher want to ask you students, are you like to eating vegetables and fruits? Okay, like it or not, you have to eat it, okay? Because it's so important to our health. Okay, so now let me show you some examples of healthy foods such as carrots, spinach, tomato, lemon, kiwi, milk, and also eggs. Eggs also good for your health, okay? Then we have dragon fruits, pomegranate, and many more. Okay, now before we start our lesson, let's watch this animated and fun video together about a song, healthy food together. Are you excited, students? Okay, now let's get started.
Thanks for the meal. Yum, 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 eat it too. Yum, 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 healthy meal. Yum, 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 eat it too. Let's have a healthy meal. Yum, yum. Don't be picky, no, no. Let's have a healthy meal. Don't be whiny, no, no. Let's have a tasty meal. Broccoli, tomatoes, onions, peppers, and black beans. Have a seat and eat well. Let's have a healthy meal. Okay. Chomp, 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 chomp. Eat them all. Don't be picky, no, no. Let's have a healthy meal. Don't be whiny, no, no. Let's have a tasty meal. Green spinach, potatoes, carrots, mushrooms, and celery. Eating healthy makes me strong. Let's have a tasty meal. Okay. Yum, 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 eat it too. Yum, 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 healthy meal. Yum, 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 eat it too. Let's have a healthy meal. Yum, yum.
Okay, now if you have your textbook or student's book with you, please open it and use it along together with me. You can refer to page 52. So this is the textbook that we are going to use. Like always, English Plus 1, second edition Year 5 students book. So like I said just now, we are going to learn about something new, which is our main focus today, main grammar today is countable and uncountable nouns. Repeat after me, students. Countable and uncountable nouns. Do you know any of countable and uncountable nouns, students? If you don't know, it's okay because we will learn it together later. Okay, but now let me remind you. Our main skill for today is reading, and our complementary skill for today is speaking. So we will do activity that is related to reading and speaking only. Okay? So without wasting any more time, let's get started. But before that, let me show you our objective, content standards, and learning standards for our lesson today, like always. Objective. First, to read and identify the countable and uncountable nouns together. Second, to talk about the food pyramid. And the last objective, the student should be able to classify the foods to a correct table of countable and uncountable nouns. Content standards. Main skill. Read independently for information and enjoyment. Complementary skill. Use appropriate communication strategies. Learning standards. Main skill. Read and enjoy A2 fiction or non-fiction, print and digital text of interest. Complementary skill. Agree a set of basic steps needed to complete short classroom tasks. Now, before we proceed to our lesson, let's see and watch our vocabulary of the day together. The first one, sandwich. Sandwich. Apple. Apple. Meat. 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 Rice. Rice. Chips. Chips. Vegetables. Vegetables. Egg. 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 Sweets. 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 Nuts. 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 Fizzy drinks. Fizzy drinks. Beans. 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 Salad. 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 Bread. 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 Pasta. Pasta. Chicken. 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 Water. Water. The last one, soup. Soup. Now, let's get back to our lesson. Alright, first thing first. What do you know about nouns? What is noun, students? What is exactly a noun? Okay, in order for you to learn about countable and uncountable nouns, you must know about what is noun first, alright? So noun is kata nama in Malay. And a noun is a word that names something, such as a person, place, thing, or idea. In a sentence, nouns can play a big role to a subject, direct object, indirect object, subject complement, object complement, opposite, or adjective. So in conclude, nouns play a big role in identifying the class or people, places, or objects. Now students, let's learn about countable and uncountable nouns together. So what is countable and uncountable nouns? Students, I guess all of you must be really wondering, right? Okay, so let's learn it together. Okay, so let you all have know or doesn't know. Let teacher tell you. Nouns can be countable or uncountable. Countable nouns can be counted. Example like an apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, and etc. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted. Cannot, tidak boleh. Like example, air, udara, rice, water, and etc. When you learn a new noun, you should check if it is countable or uncountable noun and note how it is used in a sentence. Students, it's important to distinguish between countable and uncountable nouns in English because their usage is different in regards to both determiners and verbs. So, let's learn it more one by one together. Countable nouns, like I said before, are for things that we can count, boleh kira using numbers. They have a singular and a plural form. The singular form can use the determiner a or an. If you want to ask about the quantity of a countable noun, you ask how many. How many? Combined with the plural countable noun. So here's, as you can see beside me, is the table examples of plural singular of it. Meanwhile, for uncountable nouns are for the things that we cannot count, tidak boleh kira with numbers. They may be the names for abstract ideas or qualities, or for physical objects that are too small or too amorphous to be counted. For example, like liquids, powders, gases, and etc. Uncountable nouns are used with a singular verb. They usually do not have a plural form. Here's, as you can see, a table beside me is the examples of uncountable nouns. We have tea, sugar, water, air, rice, knowledge, beauty, anger, fear, love, money, research, safety, evidence, and many more. Important note, we cannot use a or an with these nouns to express a quantity of uncountable noun. Use a word or expression like some, a lot of, much, a bit of, a great deal of, or else use an exact measurement like a cup of, a bag of, 1 kilogram of, 1 liter of, a handful of, a pinch of, an hour of, a day of. If you want to ask about the quantity of an uncountable nouns, you ask how much, but not how many. Okay? Okay, so this is the more examples of what is countable and uncountable noun. So, the first example for uncountable noun, for the first picture, as you can see, we cannot count the water, right? So, we use how much. How much. So, in sentence, it will be like this. How much water do you drink every morning? How much water do you drink every morning? For countable noun, the water in the glass we can count, right? So we use how many. How many. In sentence, it will become like this. How many glasses of water do you drink every morning? How many glasses of water do you drink every morning? Do you understand, students? Here are more examples of it. We use chocolate. So, for uncountable noun, as you can see chocolate there, and in the picture we can't count right. So we use how much. How much chocolate do we need to make a bar of chocolate? Next, for countable noun, as you can see the bar of chocolate we can count right. So we use how many. How many bars of chocolate do you want to buy? How many bars of chocolate do you want to buy? Teacher hope you understand. Now, I want to show you the examples of food in countables and uncountable nouns. So here we go. The first food in countable noun, as you can see, we have salads. Salads, we can count salads. Pancakes. Vegetables. Vegetables, we can count vegetables right. Next, we have eggs. Eggs. Carrots. Carrots, we can count carrots. Tomatoes. Potatoes, or we can count right. Next, in uncountable noun, the first food that we have are flour. Flour, we can count flour right. We can count. Next, we have rice. Rice. Rice is too many, so we cannot count it. Sugar. Sugar. Soup. Soup. Meat. Meat. Fruits. Fruits also many. Seafood. Seafood. We can't count seafood right. Actually, there's a lot of any others food of countable and uncountable noun, but here are some of the examples of it. So that's all. Since we are going to learn grammar about countable and uncountable nouns, so let's watch this animated and fun video first together. Regarding to our main grammar today, countable and uncountable nouns. Alright, for a better and more understanding towards it. Okay, so now, are you excited? Alright, now let's begin.
I love food. I love to eat. My favorite food is usually sweet. Some things you can count, some things you can't, but it's all delicious to me. Pizza, ice cream, water and juice, milk and yogurt, cheese and fruit, rice and cola, pasta, cake and soup. You can't count any of these. I love food. I love to eat. My favorite food is usually sweet. Some things you can count, some things you can't, but it's all delicious to me. An apple and an orange. 4 sweets, a banana and 3 eggs. 2 sausages, a carrot and a loaf of bread. You can count all of these. I love food. I love to eat. My favorite food is usually sweet. Some things you can count, some things you can't, but it's all delicious to me. Maple syrup and coffee. Cereal and orange juice. Butter, meat, and jam. You can't count any of these. I love food. I love to eat. My favorite food is usually sweet. Some things you can count, some things you can't, but it's all delicious to me. Some eggs, a pastry and a sandwich. A cookie, a banana and an apple. Some tomatoes, 2 burgers and a hot dog. You can't count all of these. I love food. I love to eat. My favorite food is usually sweet. Some things you can count, some things you can't, but it's all delicious to me.
So how was the video, students? Is it fun? Okay, now we will do our first activity together, which is we are going to identify the countable and uncountable nouns in the text given. Alright, are you understand? So now let's start to identify it together. Now, let's read this text first. What is your favorite foods? Dear Walid, my favorite food is pizza. I love it because it is so tasty. I like it with lots of tomato sauce and melted cheese. I eat pizza each Friday night with my family. It is so good. One food I don't like is lentil soup. I know it is very good for me, but I think that it tastes terrible, so I never eat it. My favorite drink is chocolate milk. It is so delicious when it is very cold. I don't like regular milk. I think it is very boring. But chocolate milk is just wonderful. Alright, now let's identify the countable and uncountable nouns inside this text. So the line in red color is countable noun and in purple line is uncountable nouns. You got it all correct, students? Now, let's do our second activity together, which is we are going to talk and learn about the food pyramid together with me, teacher. So let's start learning it. So students, there are 5 food groups in food pyramids. The first one we have carbohydrate, fruit and vegetables, dairy, protein, and fats and sugar. The examples of food in carbohydrate are pasta, rice, bread, and etc. So we need to take carbohydrate in a more of quantity. Alright. Second group is fruit and vegetables. So the examples of it are apple, banana, watermelon, and many more. The third group is dairy. So the examples of food in dairy category are milk, cheese, and many more. The fourth group is protein. We also need to take protein. Alright. So the examples of food in protein category are meat, bacon, eggs. Alright. And the last category are fats and sugar. So the examples of fat and sugars are donut, sweets, cake, ice cream, and many more. So, students, we need to eat in a correct order of food pyramid in balance, alright? So we can have a healthy life. Alright, now it's time for exercise. Let's move and proceed to our main exercise for today. So you just learned about countable and uncountable nouns, right? So now, let's do exercises together. Can you do it, students? All you have to do is to classify, menempatkan the correct foods to a correct table of countable and uncountable noun. Make sure to answer it carefully, okay? Classify it carefully, okay? Alright, so now let's start. Look and determine which food is countable and uncountable. So now, let's classify it together. As you can see, there's 8 pictures of food under the table. So, let's classify it together. The first one, countable nouns. Which food is countable? The first one is apple. So, we can count apple, right? So, apple is countable noun. Second is orange juice. We cannot count orange juice, right? So, orange juice is uncountable noun. Third are egg. So, we can count egg, right? So, egg is countable noun. Number 4 is flour. So, flour we cannot count, right? So, it is uncountable. Next is pasta. pasta. We cannot count pasta, right? So pasta is uncountable. It is too many, so we cannot count it. Next is sweets. Sweets, we can count sweets, right? So sweets is countable. Countable. Next is water. Water, we cannot count water, right? So water is uncountable. Uncountable. And the last one is snacks. Snacks, we can count snacks. So snacks is countable. Countable. As you can see, snacks is in a variety of flavor, so we can count it. Now, how do we know if the food is countable or uncountable? Countable is 1 apple. We can count, boleh kira. Next example, 2 apples. 2 apples. We add s because it is not a singular, it is plural. 2 apples. So how about uncountable? Uncountable, we cannot count. So 1 water. Cannot. We cannot say it like that. But we can say it 2 bottles. 2 bottles of water. So that's all. Are you understand, students? So this is the conclusion and summarize of it. You can read it on your own, okay? But the first example is, how much meat do vegetarians eat? They don't eat any meat. So as you can see, they use much. Much for uncountable nouns, right? Uncountable nouns. So that's it. So I think that's all for our lesson today. Are you enjoy the lesson, students? And I hope you learned a lot from my video, since this is my last video for you guys. But I guess you already can use, understand, or implement some of countable and uncountable nouns in your life, right? Very, very good. So before we end our lessons for today, I will tell you, like always, I will tell you our moral values for today's lesson, which is we must to eat prudently by following the food pyramid and follow the correct order of healthy food, protein, fat, and etc. Okay, are you understand, students? So if there is a long life or our ada jodoh, we can meet and have fun learning together again soon. But you students must always remember to study and do your revisions, okay? Okay, so also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and a big thumbs up will be very appreciated. Alright, bye. Take care, stay safe, and I love you, students.